Hello there, you two. And welcome to a 50-degree Wednesday, the 8th of July. It's looking kind of cloudy out here today. The high is only supposed to be 75 today, which I think it's close to what it was. Yeah, 74 I think is what it was supposed to be yesterday. But anyway, it's nice and casual and quiet out here. Even the birds are being a little bit quiet. But yeah, I'm starting to see the backside of not mowing the lawn last weekend. It's starting to get pretty thick, but we'll see how it goes. You know, if I can get home early, halfway decently early one night, go out here and get most of it done. I'm gonna need gas for it. Danny? You act like you're trying to take the shop down over here. You're getting your little hole for the day? It's not gonna be hot, dog. But anyway, let's roll out. Y'all come on along. Yes, the Ryker rally is still here. One of the service advisors went to take it for a ride himself. Guess the customer was coming to get it, and all my notes and stuff were in there, so we got it sitting out there and it's idling, and everything's going fine. He goes to take off and it's throwing all kinds of stuff. Brake failure, I mean, just a host of stuff. So get it back in here and it's a bunch of ghost codes. I mean, literally, there's nothing wrong with those components. And it's just random, just a whole host of stuff it's throwing. So, anyway, we were talking about it last night, and then today, we're just doing this without any kind of prior authorization, because we're doing it as a test. We're getting a firepower battery from Parts as a donor, and we're gonna run a regular glass mat battery in there. We just can't help but to wonder, and even the customer said when he brought it off, he goes, I don't understand replacing a battery, why is it throwing all these codes? So he brought it to us, and I was able to get some peaks. There was some weird stuff going on, and I guess apparently I haven't come across this. It's not uncommon for the regulator rectifier to get moisture in there or some kind of corrosion. I literally haven't come across that at all. But so anyway, I did, like I said, wasn't really corroded, but it was ashy, so you could tell some moisture had been in there. So I cleaned that up, and I just wiped the terminals, because they're larger terminals for a regulator rectifier, obviously. So, I just wet them down with dielectric grease, didn't pack it. And then, anyway, I can make sure that nothing gets past those seals. And, I wasn't getting any of those drops. It was like the load of the fan was enough that it was dropping the voltage. So I thought, well, maybe the fan's drawing too much, but after, talking to the guy upstairs that's trying to cross a few of these, I clean that up and know when the fan comes on. I mean, it goes from like 12.52 to 12.2 15.52 roughly is where it's staying. It'll drop to 15.26 is the lowest. I got my fluke meter in a record mode that'll show the high, low, and average. And so I mean the fan's drawing basically 0.3 of a volt of draw on it. But before, it was dropping, I mean, I got like a 11.16 or whatever, so clearly there was an issue there. But the guy never had any issues until he put this lithium battery in there. So we're going to take a regular glass mat, lead acid type battery, And I just don't know that the charging, I know with certain bikes, the charging system, and with the CAN bus, it's such a sensitive thing. Maybe it's just that battery's just throwing some kind of weird vibes at the bike. So we'll get this battery in and we'll run her again and see if we can get him the trigger. I mean, basically it's saying everything is bad. The yaw rate sensor, the steering angle sensor, the cluster, everything except for the ECM is showing that it's faulty. So it's crazy. Obviously the thing hasn't been abused. She's been around a while. She's got some miles on her, but that's nothing on these things. These motors are ran in snowmobiles and a version of them in snowmobiles, and I think that's kind of similar to what the watercraft, the 4-stroke watercraft have, or I don't know. I know it's very similar to the 4-stroke snowmobiles that were mostly utility stuff for forest rangers and people that use them on farms and whatever. But they're pretty trouble free. So let's do this and throw that battery in and give her another shot. See what she thinks. Sasha, are you pondering if you want to go? What's the deal? You just stopped all of a sudden. No, she's still kind of favoring that left rear paw. I think she's waiting to see if... Well, the guy was letting off some boomers down there. Did you want to go for the walk? Is this a no walk Wednesday? That'd be very weird for you. You with your hurt paw, you went yesterday. Unless her foot's hurting worse. This is very odd of you, She. We'll see what she decides. Some big ones he was setting off. So Danny and all the dogs are in the house hiding. We'll see what Sasha wants to do here. She's gonna go for the walk. Man, is it nice out here. Holy moly. I think it's around, I don't know, my watch is in workout mode, so it doesn't show me the temperature at the time. But I'm guessing it's probably 70, 72 maybe. I don't know. Feels nice, whatever it is. Really nice. No humidity, just this nice, fresh, clean air blowing about. Yeah, you're favoring that thing actually worse today. I'm thinking maybe she don't want to go. We'll go a little bit here and see what she does. She may be walking back. She smelled something. Or she's scared of the fireworks. Danny associates going down the road with the fireworks for some reason. He absolutely, he just wants to be close to, everybody in the house. Well, I'll see what she wants to do. Alright. I guess she made the decision. We hadn't even left our property line yet. She. Maybe I'll walk her out in the backyard, see if she wants to do that, or the backfield. Yeah, she's definitely favoring. She must have got rambunctious today. Now you make it look like it's the right. Oh, there, she. Well, that wasn't a very big workout today. Thanks for coming along anyway. So Christy came out and goes, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing coming back? And then Kelly comes out onto the porch going, what's going on? So she wants, you're going to get stuck when you get in there. Come on, out. Look at that. She says there's something back there. Go see it. I don't see what you see. Oh. It was a rabbit hiding back there. You meathead. It's gone now. Quit obsessing. You didn't scare it at all. Come on. No. Come on. Just keep looking for it. Now she's led me to the tree farm out here. I guess it's your walk today, huh? Nah, you're not going in all them bushes. What you think, Shishi? She goes, it's nice and cool back here. It is nice and comfortable back here. Holy moly. Can't believe these trees have turned into this. Told you guys that. Munchy. Kelly had, look at this old door. The old skeleton key and stuff. Hey, don't get wrapped around me there, dog. Let's go see what's going on inside here. The peeps didn't see it once she finished it. She moved all them shelves around, and you can see it's way more roomier around the craft table. That was an old table set that somebody in Texas gave the kids. And we've been hauling around since Texas. Hauled it to Kelly's parents' house. We were there for a few months. Bought a house in Silver Lake. We're there for, geez, I don't know how many years, and then moved here. It's crazy. All kinds of smells in here, huh, Shishi? There's the refrigerator. She finally de-iced. That's that baking soda that was dated. The expiration date was July this month of 2016. See, there's like Christmas stuff, an old Team Associated GT or RC10 GT. Man, have I gone many a lap with that thing. I showed it to you out there. It's got the yellow body out there, and that's the original body that's on it out there. But see, this would be a nice little place for doing whatever crafts. RC cars. We're gonna get a light put up over that. And yeah, it's very peaceful. Like some people said, it's just one of those places you get away. It's been a she shed since we moved here. Kelly goes, I want to make that my craft house. And that's what she's done. Needless to say, that refrigerator's not plugged in. Unplugged the radio the other day so that it didn't play and get me copyright protected. But yeah, she finished it up very nicely. Sure filled up our dumpster out there, though. There's a whole bunch of stuff. She goes, nope, that's bad, or that's no good. Can't use that anymore. And crazy. All right, you ready? Made it safe and sound home. Made it a normal time. No stops today.
Yeah, very good.
We are later than what we should. Was the traffic slow or something? We got out, I think, on time. But anyway, all that, we're going to go on inside and start our evening.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same Smoak time, same Smoak channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up. You guys have an amazing Thursday or Friday.
Heck yeah. We're all relaxed for the ride home.
I know.
It was uneventful and very relaxing.
Yeah, I chill.
I had time to go inside and take a nap or something.
Yes.
But Sasha ain't gonna let me get away with that at all.
No.
She's gotta have her walk.
Yep.
But anyway, we'll see you guys in the morning.
See you then.
Appreciate you watching now. Bye-bye. Well, hello there, YouTube. Definitely a brighter start to the day today. 41 degree temp this morning. It's made it to 57 now. High supposed to be 76 here in Toledo. Oddly enough, it's like 3 degrees cooler in Vancouver today than Toledo. It'll do that every once in a while. Man, as these days are starting to shorten up, the nights are getting cooler. Yeah, 41 degrees. I mean, that's not really cold in the grand scheme of things, but when you're used to these, high 70 days and you step out on that porch at night, like Sasha in and out or whatever, it's like, whoa, 40 degrees feels really cold. But anyway, let's roll out. Head for the job site. Lord help us all. Won't be too long. I won't have to make this trip every day. Might be able to actually get a good car and not wear it out in 3.5, 4 years. Plumb wore out. Well, they get about 130,000 miles on them in about 4 years. But anyway, let's bounce. Welcome to the day. Beautiful cognac Spyder F3 Limited. He is about to go on a trip and noticed that there were some hidden codes in his cluster. It was clutch pressure didn't reach the pressure and amount of time it deemed necessary. It'll throw those codes, but it was they were old. I think this is a 24. I think it happened when the bike was new. I got to go back in and verify the dates on it again. It was old. Anyway, so I cleared those, and it was, like I said, it was old, occurred code from way back when, and he had the mandatory cluster update. I don't think this is the one that gives it. Is it the one that gives it the BRP Go? Where do I go for that thing? I think you go to, navigation. Okay, so it did give him the ability to have BRP Go. So this is the one. This is the one in question that will. I'm going to do the test here, because if he's leaving on a trip, this would be a bad thing if his ACS pump goes buck wild. So first thing I do, I'll go in there and I check. And when it's not learned, you'll see that both of these values are 0. Those are blank. So at that point, I have to lift the Spyder up off the ground so that the back wheel is dangling, and I let the pressure out of the ACS as well. Oh, let me. I gotta answer a comment that I haven't yet, but let me just say this out front here. If you have ACS, don't mess with getting a pump unless you're concerned your ACS may fail on the trip. Should it fail, you need to find a dealer that can come into Buds and turn your ACS off. And at that point, you can manually adjust it. Don't adjust the air while everything's functioning. One, it's going to right itself anyway. If the pump's not functioning, it's going to let the air out and not let it back in, which is exactly what happened to this. But with her pump not working, the switch is still working. This will still let, like when you bind, there's different things you'll hit, and the sensor, based on the ride height sensor over there, this switch will let air out. So what you need to do is turn ACS off in Buds. You can't do it from the bike, so that it disables this switch's ability to let air out. And at that point, you can add air through the Schrader valve. But otherwise, don't mess with it. Yeah, just don't mess with that. You can check pressure. They go, well, what should it be? It is so different. Depends on the load. The pressure is wildly all over the place. So if it fails, find a BRP dealer that has Buds 3 that'll connect to the 3-wheel vehicles. If they're not a Spyder dealer, they won't have that access. So it needs to be a 3-wheel vehicle dealer, which is Spyders, Rykers, Spyders, Canyons. The ability to turn that thing off. I would do it for you for free, but I don't know what other dealers do. And at that point, you can add air. I would put about 45 PSI in there. If you're heavily loaded, up to 55, whatever you feel comfortable with. But beware. If you don't have ACS, you have a hose that goes from here and follows through here and goes, here, goes from here, goes directly to the top of the airbag right here. That's the only hose you have. So non-ACS, they'll hold air for a very long time. But these, it's going into the switch, and then it's coming out of the switch, and going to the pump. There's just too many fittings on them, and they'll leak. You go from, I think, 6 fittings to 2 fittings if you don't have it. So you will have to adjust it from time to time. And anyway, so as you see, this is learned. It's saying that it's learned. So what I do is I'm gonna boot the bike down, and this takes a process because they don't exactly boot up and connect really quick anymore. So I'll close buds all the way down. I'll disconnect the cable from the Deutsch connector from the diag port. Shut the bike all the way down, of course. Boot it back up. Hook everything all back up. I don't need the programming thing on there anymore. That's just for programming. And I will do it one time. I'll look, see if it's still learned. Boot everything back down. And I mean, it has to be cold dead. Don't just turn the key off and, you know, turn it back on. You gotta wait. Everything's got to be completely shut down. And anyway, I'll close buds as well. I just boot everything, and then I'll do it that second time. And if it's learned the second time, we're golden. If that second time, well, technically the third time, because I'm in here the first time, I'm going to do it a second time, then I'm going to do it a third time. I'm going to do it 2 times when I'm not doing anything but this. And if those are gone, I'll have to jack the thing in the air and hit learn, and it sends it to the bike, and she's good from there. But the trick is, you do this, boot everything down, boot it back up, and it's learned. That's where it fools you. You go, all right, I've checked twice in the first time, and now I just, log back in, and it's still there. You need to do it that third time. The third time is where I'm finding that it's gone. And that's the one that's got me twice. But luckily, the people realized something's wrong and came right back. You can't miss this thing. It rides like a buckboard. The one guy, like he said, he goes, my shield wasn't going up as high anymore. He had an RT. And what it was is the rear was was pointing down. So he was, at a vantage point where he's looking more over the shield. So anyway, I'll go through the cycle. I'll come back and let you know what I find. All right. Crashed everything down. Bounced back in. I'm hoping that latest software addressed that. But she still learned. It's good. The low pressure should have a negative number. High pressure should have a positive number. What it says doesn't mean anything. That's just where don't mess with it. And one of the things you can do here, you can run the pump. If your pump's dead, it won't run. So let me stand on this foot peg here, and I'm going to operate that solenoid. So listen to this thing, you'll hear it open up. That's that solenoid letting the air out. The little square box, the little aluminum box. So that's what it's going to do. If it detects, like if I would put the jack underneath here, this thing's going to immediately go, whoa, you're sitting way too high, and it's going to let air out. So that's why you need to have a dealer come through, and there's a setting that you can deactivate buds. And that's the reason it's there, so you can turn it on and off. Mainly is if you have like an F3T and you buy the pump, you have the pump put in, you need the ability to turn it on. So anyway, so it's learned. I'm going to cycle one more time here. All right, so log out of here. Come on, talk to me. Oh, got to hit the little lines. I don't like just hitting the close button. I like logging out of it. And I'll close buds 3 all the way down. I'll boot the bike down, let it completely shut down. I'll disconnect the buds from the bike. The reason I did that is because I did it several times and it kept saying it was good, and ultimately it wasn't. And I realized if I disconnected everything, it would unlearn something. I don't, maybe the computers are still alive in there and it's still looking at stuff. So everything's shut down. I didn't do no key cycle. it's shut down. Disconnect the Deutsch connector, and I got a little thing here that's just in my head. I disconnect the USB as well. And just reconnect everything. If I can do this one-handed. Yep, and I'm not gonna sit here and have you watch the whole way going through here because this is painstakingly long. I know it's probably 20 or 30 seconds, but it feels like 5 minutes. And I like to, before I start buds, get it out of the this is a different vehicle, you know, the little warning switch. I want the bike sitting here like I'm about to take off on it, so hitting the mode switch going forward. All right, I'll log in, I'll come back. Well, I'm sorry I didn't record that. Third time in, it was zeros, so I had to relearn it. So Matt was down here. He's the service writer for this guy, and I guess he's getting impatient up there. But anyway, so I showed him, you know, throw the jack underneath or lift it, just hit learn, and now you're good. So he said something about can't get the maps to show up, so I'm gonna grab this phone and I'm gonna connect to it with my headset and see if I can see what's going on with his CarPlay. See what's going on. Maybe he doesn't have a headset. I didn't see his helmet. You'd be surprised at people that don't know you have to have the headset. Boot up the old 20S. So I need to learn this stuff to it and get maps to work. See what's going on here. Normally, these little things you just take the eyeballs out. They're sitting over there, and you reach up through the eyeballs and take the cable out. Well, the cable was stuck. There's some kind of corrosion going on up there, or dirt or whatever. I could not get the cable out of it. See how this one goes up there and it clicks in? That's for the seat. This is for the trunk. In case you're wondering if the cable was good or bad, one should not move without the other. Yep, classic rust. Just water getting down that cable somehow. I like to shoot a little lube in them before I put them on, so somewhere down in the future they don't have this again. But this side just solid, it don't move at all. And she's locked wherever it's rusted in there, which is somewhere like right about in there. That's probably the low spot in the cable. If you hear voices off in the distance, it's the three-wheel training course going on. And I haven't seen how many people over there. I gotta go wash my hands, so I gotta walk back that way anyway. And anyway, let's get this new cable put in this thing. Well, hello there, YouTube. Nice, very somber drive coming home tonight. It was. It was just even keel. A little bit of crazy people here and there.
For the most part, it was nice.
Yeah. Stop, got gas.
Long.
Top the old Survey up once again. Ready for the next drive to work and back.
Ready for Freaky Friday?
Yeah. Yeah, Kelly had, it kind of had a Freaky Friday on Thursday today. Hopefully tomorrow's better.
I hope so.
Wow. Why people gotta be so angry and just nasty?
I don't know.
Alright, there's Sasha there. Got the windows down. Hopefully she don't start barking. Yeah, so we're gonna roll out.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up, and you guys have a wonderful Friday or Saturday.
Heck yeah. Alright.
And we'll see you in the morning.
We'll see you on Friday morning. Hot dang. Alright. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.